Hello! Oh my goodness, it's been a minute. I look awful. I just left the gym, so I'm sorry. But if you're offended by swearing, this is not the video for you. We're gonna start off by saying that. Welcome back. Welcome. You're here for the first time. This is gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. Not quick as possible, but I'm not gonna try to make this like an 80-minute long video, because I easily could. But I've been missing for a while, and I don't know if this chapstick is good anymore. It's fine. Ugh, I hate this chapstick. Strawberry. Ugh. Anyway, I don't like artificial strawberry. I love artificial cherry, but I don't like artificial strawberry. Anyway, nobody cares. So I have been missing a while, and I could give a plethora of excuses as to why, but I am going to save that. The main reason, which is not an excuse, it is a reason, there's a difference. I have been very, very depressed, and I was really busy. That was the main reason why. I kept trying to upload, and my phone wasn't working, and it was all this stupid shit, and I was like, by the time I was like going through all of that, I was like, nobody gives a shit about this, so like I'm not even gonna like worry about it, because nobody would want to see this anyway. Like, that's how it was. And then by the time I got some time, it was like, oh, here's depression, let's hand that to you on a fucking silver platter. So it's fucking sucked, not gonna lie. I put on, in the past year, I have put on 20 pounds. From the last time I made a video, I have put on I put on about 4 or 5 pounds since I made that last video. And I don't know if it's how, I know I look worse than I did in the previous video, because that video I had just gotten my makeup done professionally, and I just literally came from a photo shoot, which is something I thought I would never say in my life. But that was like, this is more me on the regular anyway, but I feel like I look 1,000 times heavier than I do. I feel like I look 1,000 times heavier than right now than I do then, and it was only, you know, like I said, 4 or 5 pounds, which is something that I've been dealing with in terms of like body dysmorphia, and like all of this shit has been just combined, it's not combined, into one just horrible time. Just like everybody just came to this party and they were like, anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia, what else can we fucking add to this list to make you fucking miserable? And I've literally been feeling like that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward is just like going through like he's happy and then he just like is progressively getting more and more sad. Like, that's just kind of how I've been feeling lately. And I just feel like I'm going through the motions, and I have zero interest in anything. Not the gym, not eating, like, which you would think I would lose weight, but it's like when I have to eat, I'm not gonna go through the effort of making a meal, so I'm gonna just go to fucking Taco Bell, or I'm gonna go wherever. And it's just been awful. And it's like, then I get really angry at myself, because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you had all this ambition, you had all this drive, you had all this everything, and you're sitting here and you're fucking everything up, is really what you're doing. And it's like, but I'm sad, but I'm this, but I'm lonely, it's like, I've lost so much. I've gained weight, but I've lost so much confidence. I've lost friends. I've lost hair. My hair is like, don't even look at my fucking hair. I've lost just a lot, and I've lost that drive. I lost that ambition. I've lost those goals, like, I had such, like, that work ethic, like, I had it so good. And, old lady, can you please go? Thank you. And I lost it, and I had no energy to, like, get it back. And I know it's like, you're 24, like, you have all this blah blah blah, and it's, listen, I've been doing a lot of, like, not research, but by research I mean I've been listening to this podcast and it's called, like, The Savvy Psychologist. So if you're into any of that shit, look it up. But she talked about burnout, and I was like, oh, okay, I think that's what I reached. And I reached it back in like August. And you know what? I'm gonna park up here. I reached it back in like August, and since then I just been just not myself. I just have not been myself, and I have not been in a place where I'm like, let me get on camera and let me go talk. So and anytime I do, like I said, anytime I do, I get that burst of creativity, and I just will come on here and I'm just like my usual self, and I can like pretend like everything's fine, and then I go to edit or I go to put things together and I'm like, fuck this, nobody wants to see this. Like, it's like that confidence comes back and then it's taken away in like 2 seconds, and it just sucks. It just has been really fucking shitty. But in that podcast, she literally was like, I keep saying literally, it's so annoying, but she was like, when you're feeling so, you have no interest to do anything. I think the whole episode was about like being like that symptom of depression of just losing interest in everything. She was like, do things that you used to like to do, and even if you don't have any interest in it, even if you don't want to do it, because it's like fake it till you make it type of thing. And I go, that really makes sense. So I was thinking about it all day, and I heard it this morning, and I was thinking about it all day, and I was like, I used to love coming on here and just like shooting the shit with you guys and just talking and just being, you know, myself, and just literally just talk. And I was like, well, you don't have time to edit, and you don't have time for this, and you don't have time for that. And I'm like, a lot of people have told me that they just put on these videos when they're at the gym and they're just on the treadmill, or they're just, I'm parked in the driveway, so that's why I'm doing this. But you know, when they're just sitting at home, like, it's, I don't think it needs to be this big production. I don't think anybody is expecting this big production from me, because it was never like a big production for me. As much as I actually do enjoy editing, I just don't have like the funds or like the means right now to edit the way I want things to look. And I think that's where that perfectionist bothers me, because I'm just like, then it's just like slap together video, and I'm just like, I think this is a good way for me to come out here and just like talk about just random shit. You guys can just give me shit to talk about, and on my way to school or on my way to work or on my wherever, I can just put it on the phone and then just upload it right to YouTube. And that's kind of just my plan, because this has always been, and even Instagram, things like that have just been such a good outlet, and I don't have any creative outlets in my life right now. I just go to work, I go to the library, I study, I go to school, I go to the gym. Like, nothing in my life right now is something that I'm like, that has like my name on it, that I'm proud of. Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course, work, like, I'm proud of what I do at work. Like, I feel like I work well, I feel like school is going well, but it's all just like, that's not me. Do you know what I mean? That's not like my personal thing that I'm doing for myself. I mean, the gym, yes, but the gym is also just like the gym. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. So, like, yesterday was such a low day, and I like was just a mess, and I was like, you know what? Go to the grocery store, buy lunch for the week, pack your lunch. Like, at least you'll have that set and prepared, because I have not been doing well with eating. I have just been, you know, eating like shit. And did I mention that? Did I mention like Taco Bell? I don't know how long I've been talking, but yeah, I also walked into the bathroom door in the middle of the night, and I'm pretty sure I broke my nose. This was not recently, it's about a month ago, and I feel like it's just fucked up my face a little bit more. It could be the weight that I've gained, but I'm blaming it on that, because it was really bad. I didn't like go to the doctor or anything, but maybe I should have. But yeah, it just sucks, and I hate to be like that bitch. I'm just like, feel bad for me. Like, I don't expect sympathy from anybody. I don't expect, you know, anybody to, I don't like that, and I don't even like admitting that this is something I'm going through, because for me, it does feel like I'm failing, and it feels like when I gained the weight, I don't want to cry, but like seeing that like number on the scale, I do feel like a failure. Like, it wasn't supposed to come back. It was, like, even though I tried to mentally, like, prepare myself for it, because my lifestyle that I was living was not sustainable. Going to the gym 2 times a day for, like, an hour and a half each was not something that was always going to be something that I was going to be able to do. And being so stingent about my calories and having that control was not something that was always going to be a thing. Like, there were going to be days where I forgot my lunch or didn't have time to pack a lunch, or, you know, I was going to have to just make do with the food I had, or, you know, maybe there was a day where I just didn't have the time to go to the gym. And it was like losing that control. I feel like I don't know, it just fucked with my head really bad, and I just, those feelings of feeling like a failure, like, got to my head. And then, you know, that's when depression just, hey, I see you're not doing well, I'll stay with you a while. And it fucking sucks. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, I really wouldn't, but I just feel like I've been horrible to everybody. I've been really mean, and I don't like it, especially, like, my family. And that's just my way of just being like, just leave me alone. Just, like, I don't want you seeing me like this, so just, I'll be a bitch and you'll leave me alone. And I don't like it. I don't want to cry. I don't like doing that because it sucks. And I don't want to freaking cry. It just sucks. And it's okay, because today was a good day, and I feel like I'm slowly, it hasn't just been today, it's been, you know, the past few weeks, and I'm just, like, slowly trying to get back out. Because the thing with me is that I'll hit rock bottom, and then I'll just lay there for a while, because I'm just like, fuck this, like, because you know what the thing is too, and I was realizing it today because I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about what I wanted to say, and I was like, it was like, for a while I was kicking like, if you ever see that episode of Simpsons, or I think they took that concept from something else, either Rocky or something else, but the episode of The Simpsons where Homer becomes a boxer, and he does that tactic where they just beat the shit out of him, and then they get exhausted, and he just has one hit and they're out. And that's how I kind of felt with depression. Like, I was like beating the shit out of it, and I was like, yeah, and then I got exhausted, and I didn't have any energy to fight it back, and it just took one hit, and I was like out. And I've been out for a while, and it fucking sucks, because you do all that work, and you feel like you're winning, and you feel like you're ahead of it, and it just one hit and knocks you out. And I don't know if that made any sense, but it's just how I feel. It really does. So I'm even looking into therapy and things like that, because I know I need it, and I know this isn't a substitute for therapy. And if you're going through the same thing, you should probably look into it. But I know it's expensive. That's always been a setback for me. And I'm just like, if I could spend $5 on a cup of coffee every day, like, I'm so simple. Like, I just have a cup of coffee. Like, my fucking iced coffee, complicated order. If I could spend $5 a day on that, then I could find somewhere to pay for therapy and get my shit together, because I can't keep going through the cycle of feeling really, really good. And, you know, even if I get back to it, even if I get back to that motivation, even if I slowly, you know, gradually, and I don't like saying, like, get back, like, I don't like that mentality of, like, having to, like, go back somewhere, because I can't go back in time. So I've accepted that, but I know that I'm capable of being a harder worker than I'm being, and I know that I'm capable of fighting depression as well as I was fighting it, and I know that I'm capable of just being an all-around stronger person than what I'm being now, and it pisses me off. It really does. So I'm just trying to get back on the track that I was on, is what I'm trying to say. Not get back in time and get back to that size and get, like, that to me, just, I don't really give a fuck, because it was even over the summer when I had gained 15-16 pounds, and I just was like, you know what, whatever, I look good, like, I owned it, I rocked it, and I didn't care. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, yeah, I do, like, ew, like, look how good I looked before. Like, it was literally like I was doing so well, even with the weight gain. Even the beginning, like, I feel like I hit around 170, 171, which would have been the 21 pounds that I gained. I hit it around, like, I want to say I was around my brother's graduation. No, I want to say it was earlier than that. So middle of July. So from like the middle of July to like, I was like, whatever, like I still look good, and I owned that shit until like the end of August. And then the end of August came, and it was like getting hit by a semi. Like, it was like, whoa, bitch, you're fucking fat, you're fucking gross, ew. And it used to be that I would compare myself to when I was over 300 pounds. Like, I would compare myself to that all the time. Like, I'd be like, no, like, you've still lost all this weight, you're still doing well, you're still working out, you're still eating right, you're still good. And then all of a sudden it was like, but wait, you were better, so now you're worse. Like, it just, everything has just been a mind fuck, and this year has just been navigating that fucking mind fuck and navigating that mind maze. And it's like, you think you're doing well, you think you're beating everything, and I just kind of realized, like, no, I really haven't. So it's been a good, August, September, October, 2.5 months now that I've just been really just bad. And I don't like it, and I can't sit here and say that every day is going to be, sunshine and rainbows, and every day I'm going to feel great, and every day I'm just going to look in the mirror and like say like 5 things that I love about myself, and it's going to be so easy. And it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be a lot of hard work. But I finally have found, because I was literally like yesterday, like I was like, I think this depression episode, if you want to call it that, has been one of the hardest, because I did develop this self-love, which is something that I never had. And to sit here and be like, I love myself, but yet I'm treating myself like shit, and I'm allowing myself to talk to myself like this, and I'm allowing myself to treat myself like this. You don't do that to somebody you love. So it was like taking a step back and being like what, like, no, like, you love yourself too much to go through this again. You love yourself too much to treat yourself like this. Enough is enough. And that didn't like cure my depression, you know what I mean? That voice is still there, and there's still, therapy I want to go through, and there's still demons I want to fight. But I finally have found that power and that motivation to go forward instead of standing still and being like, oh, well, because that's the way I've been feeling, and I've just been feeling down, and I don't like that. And I'm not saying that's what depression is. Depression isn't just self-pity, and that's not it at all. It's a lot worse than that, and I'm oversimplifying it by 1,000, and obviously for different people it's different. Depression isn't the same for everybody. I could be saying this, and you could be like, I have depression, and I don't feel that way at all. Like, of course, like, it's different for everybody, and I'm not trying to generalize anything. I'm not trying to put, if you have depression, put you in the same boat as me. Like, you could be in a way worse situation than I am, and I'm not trying to this is just me speaking from personal experience is what I'm trying to say. So I just figured I could come on here, even, like Wednesdays, I have like a 2-hour gap, and I can just, like, even if it's just a 20-minute video, just 10-20 minutes, just talking about whatever you guys want me to talk about, or I'll just find something to ramble about. Like, this alone, this 20 minutes has made me feel so much better, because I feel like because social media, I felt like I just couldn't talk about this, and even though I do lightly talk about it, I couldn't get this heavy with anybody, because I was like, I don't want to bring anybody down, and not that I feel like I have that effect on people, but, I watch YouTube to not think about this shit. Do you know what I mean? And as nice as it is to hear that somebody's in the same boat as me, I also watch YouTube to not have to think about this shit. And, if I don't know if I was ever an escape for, I don't know, but anyway, hopefully I can stay consistent, and maybe even if it's 2-3 times a week. I know that sounds like a lot coming from somebody who hasn't uploaded in like 6 months, but I can just directly upload this, because I don't know if I mentioned, but iMovie has just been a bitch, and I don't like my phone. Like, it's just, I know that sounds so first world problems, but my phone just takes forever to upload, and it'll be like, no more memory and all this bullshit. So if I can just unedited, here I am, here it is, put it on YouTube, then that's fine. Because I was going through this whole thing where I wanted it to look a certain way, and I wanted to go in a certain direction. I just was like, this isn't my career. Like, I'm not an influencer. I'm not going to move to LA and, like, pursue this. So I really, as much as, like, obviously my name's on it, like, I care, like, but this is who I am, this is me, and it's unedited, and it's whatever, and we'll do it Trisha PSL style, and we'll just, she doesn't give a shit, and I don't give a shit, so, maybe not Trisha PSL, because she's been very on my shit list, to say the least. Like, what the fuck is her, no. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, but, like, her style where she just sits in front and has a mental breakdown, and just, here it is, like, that style, but, like, I'm not gonna go to the extremes that she's just, but yeah, maybe a bad example. I don't know anybody else who just, like, fully blown, unedited, whatever, but as much as I would love to just do this, you know what, I don't know if I don't know if I would be cut out for that, to be honest. I do love my job, so I don't know if I would, like, I'm, like, seriously considering. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sorry for going MIA, and I'm sorry if this wasn't lighthearted and whatever. I'll try to make the next few ones a little bit, whatever, like, a little bit more peppy and, not so heavy, because this is a heavy topic, but, yeah. So, yeah. Hope you all are doing well, and let me know if there's anything that my mail lady is right there, so. Okay, let me know if there's anything you specifically want me. I've been wanting to do a video on, which maybe I'll do Wednesday when I have class, on the differences with dating, because I haven't been dating either in the last 2.5 months. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I really, again, dating was something that I was, like, so, like, excited to do when I lost weight, and then that was a whole, like, that's a whole rant I kind of want to go on, but I'm slowly trying to date again, like, trying to put myself out there, which is terrifying, because men are just, single men, this whole rant I could go on, so if you want me to go on that rant, let me know. Don't make fun of my weird thumbs, and yeah, I will talk to you guys, I'm so hungry, I will talk to you guys hopefully soon. Okay, alright, what did I used to say? Oh my god, I totally forgot. Did you know depression plays in memory as well? I have the memory of a freaking goldfish. Makes sense. Have a blessed day. That's it. Have a blessed day.